Okay, so moving on to the more difficult segment of this process is what we call the menstruation cycle. Okay, so a general menstruation cycle in a general form will last about 28 days, although it can depend on a range of factors. Okay, some people's menstruation cycle is being shortened or becoming longer depending on the environmental factors, the amount of diet that they take, the amount of nutrition that they take, etc. Okay, menstruation period usually lasts for a range of 3 to 7 days. So on average, it will last about 5 days, and the blood lost may be variable from individual to individual. Okay, so what we can tell from this diagram, okay, is that you notice that the female menstruation cycle is a lot more complex. We have got different phases that are going through, okay, and we also have got different hormones, and we have got the different cycles here, as well as the phases, the follicular phase and the luteal phase. Okay, don't worry, we'll be going through all these areas, and I'll come back to this diagram after we have broken it down. Okay, so let's start off with this part whereby it is more colorful. So we have got ovulation itself. Okay, so the wondrous effect of ovulation, which allows fertilization, will take place on day 14 upon menstruation. So which means if today is day 1 of menstruation, the next ovulation will take place on the 14th day from today. Alright, okay, so you can see that over here the ovum itself is increasing in size. So once the ovum has increased in size, what happens is that the follicles are increasing in size. So once the follicles have increased sufficiently large enough, there will be a production of the ovum. Okay, so once the ovum is produced, that exact period is what is known as ovulation. Okay, so let's go through the words on the side here. Okay, we have got a layer of follicle cells. So all these white components are your follicle cells, which will surround the egg cells. Okay, so these white areas will start maturing when they are maturing. These are called the primary follicle. Okay, it will then continue to mature until it reach maturation state, which is called the Graafian follicle. Okay, so once it reach to the stage of the Graafian follicle, this mature follicle will then protrude out the ovum. Okay, and the remaining will stay behind because that will lead to the production of something else, which is called the corpus luteum. Alright, so what is the purpose of this corpus luteum? Is for the production of this hormone called progesterone. So we will look at the hormones themselves in the next component here. Okay,